What's up, everybody? This is Real Talk Football episode 24, and we are back, baby. One day later, but we still gonna hear and we're gonna still deliver with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Now we got the Chiefs finally taking a loss. Is that big? Or is that just a sweep under the rug? We got Colorado still winning games. We got high school playoffs that's rolling. Oh my gosh, there's some big games this week. I can't wait to get over this and get it over and talking about all this stuff. KG, let's go.
Let's go, Cowboys! Yeah! Hey, let me get one. Let's fucking go! It's about that motherfucker. Y'all motherfuckers have me pissed off. I need to go get me some motherfucking fries.
What's going on, big dog?
What's the
What are you doing, bro?
What's really good?
What's going on, people?
Yeah, you
welcome.
never see the boys do the videos.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I gotta say, I mean, there's a good and a bad way. Boy be doing the memes and he be doing his dance. I be tripping.
Oh my god,
He
man.
be funny as hell.
Yo, people, what's going on? Welcome to episode 24. Episode Kobe in the building. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. What's going on, brother? How you been?
That's right. That's right. Chilling. How you feeling? You feeling better, man?
Yeah, look, I'm cool. I had a little sore throat last night, and I was just exhausted. I needed to get some rest. I woke up feeling a little bit better today, and ready to rock. So we good.
Yeah, bro. That stuff is definitely going around. A lot of people definitely be getting sick. They're getting coughs. They're getting colds, pneumonias, walking pneumonias, the whole nine right now. It's crazy.
Walking pneumonia is crazy.
I mean, that's why I take my vitamins in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Take my vitamins.
You ready to get this show started, big dog?
Let's do this.
All right, let's get it. Listen, people, we got some breaking news out of New York, even though it's been just both teams been crazy all year and a bunch of drama, but QB4? I'm confused because the New York Giants had a backup quarterback and Drew Lock. They about to go to Danny DeVito this week, aka Danny Cutlets, and then they sign another quarterback off the street, and then they had Daniel Jones as QB4 on the scout team, and then reported today they said that man was playing safety. Yo, what is going on with the Giants, and where do they go from here? They had Daniel Jones at a press conference today, like basically saying his farewell. He had a whole speech. Where do the Giants go from here, even though we all saw it during Hard Knocks, them making the wrong decision and keeping him and letting Saquon walk? What do they do from here, man?
I mean, there's only one way to go, and that's up from there because they're at the bottom of the barrel right now, bro. It's pretty damn wicked and bad right now what it is going on with them, but we knew what to expect from this. We knew dude was trash. He had one good year, and they just ran with it. Sometimes, hey, look, I ain't mad at you, though. You had your great year when it was in your contract year, so you got paid. Now you're about to get up out of here. Where do they go from there? I honestly think the owner needs to fire any and everybody around that told you not to pay Saquon Barkley because of his age. I don't know what they do with Dayball because honestly, Dayball feels like he ain't succeeding because of the quarterback play. He thinks he has the weapons. You got Neighbors, you got the kid Robinson. I even like the Tracy running back kid. He's been playing well too. But at the end of the day,
yes, he's very, very serviceable.
Yes, Daniel Jones out here throwing ducks. So that's Daniel Ducks. Right. That's what his name is. He's out here throwing ducks and then messing up the offense. He's messing up the offense. Defense, the pass rush is good. They started out strong, getting a lot of sacks early on. They've came back to life with it, but
Right.
there's still a good, solid defense, but still comes back to that quarterback play in which they need. So, what do they do from there? You lose out, you go get Cam Ward and hope you can build from there. Go get my guy.
So you saying right now, as the draft order stands, they have the number 4 pick right now. So you want the Giants, you think they go get Cam Ward, who is not the best quarterback in the draft. This man is crazy on Cam Ward. He is not going to be picked that high. So you would rather them say again?
I said I like him. I like him. He's my favorite player. I didn't say he's the best player. I say he's my favorite player.
So knowing what we know now, we know the Giants need a quarterback. With quarterbacks like Cam Warren coming out, Shador Sanders, Jalen Milroe, Jackson Dart, who should they draft at 4 if they get a chance to draft a quarterback? Who should go first for them?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this now. Prime ain't letting Shador go to the Giants because their offense is a mess. So he's definitely not letting that go down. He's
I don't even
definitely
think
not
it's
letting that go down.
because of the offense. I think it's because of the organization. Organization is a bad organization, and it has been since
Exactly.
So I don't think he's gonna let that fly, like you said. Prime ain't letting him go there, and he for damn sure ain't letting Travis go there either.
He said, "My boy's gonna go where we want to go." So you either go Cam Ward or Dart. I don't see. I'll be surprised if Stenson gets like this praise, but you never know. We clown JJ McCarthy all off season. Next thing you know, he ended up on the damn Vikings. So you don't know what the Giants might do. They might trade out. We don't know what their plan is. They're doing. The owner listens to a bunch of dummies, to be honest with you. So who knows what the hell they're going to do? But I damn sure know they need a quarterback. So they ask better stick put and stay where they're at, unless they feel like they can still trade out a couple slots and still be able to get the quarterback that they want.
Get the quarterback they want, maybe get some protection on the line and move up and get another quarterback. Who knows? Yeah, I feel you.
Definitely.
All right.
So yeah. Now on to the next. Like I said, these Chiefs finally take a loss, man. And I think I called it a couple weeks ago where I said it when we said he's like, who's going to be the Chiefs' first loss? I said it's going to be to the Bills. Bills came out and did what the Bills been doing. Chiefs came out and did what the Chiefs been doing, playing ugly games. It's just it just didn't come out on top of them because you're going up against Josh Allen, who's been locked in. His turnovers have starting to creep back a little bit. He's getting one a game, but I'm still seeing a better Josh Allen this year because he's not forcing the ball to one set player. Dude's moving the ball around. I think that they don't use Cook enough. They haven't been using him enough, but I mean, maybe they're letting it ride out to the end of the season. Then once it gets cold, go to a strong running game.
He's still coming back off a little bit of an injury, so he easing back in right now. He'll warm back up, I believe. But my question,
exactly. So,
go ahead, bro. Go ahead. You got it.
Oh no. Well, I was going to ask you the question where I was sitting there saying, like,
go ahead, bro.
Do you think this might be the only loss they have for the regular season?
Who, the Chiefs?
Yeah.
No, I think they're going to lose again. I think when they play the Chargers again, they might lose to the Chargers.
Okay.
The Chargers are playing really good football right now. I don't know who I haven't looked at their full schedule. I don't know who else is on their schedule, but my thing is we done seen this before, right? The Bills beat the Chiefs in the regular season. That's just what they do, and we all say, all right, what's going to happen in the playoffs? Because we know the Bills probably going to meet up with the Chiefs again in the playoffs, whether it's for the divisional round or the championship round, whatever the case may be. It's Josh Allen. Can you step up and be that guy like you've been this guy all year? Who I don't know what your opinion is. I think he is now officially the front runner for the MVP now after that game. And seeing
definitely.
So
hands down.
the way Josh is playing with no big time targets on the outside, no like superstar weapons, and he's got this team at what 8-2, 9-2, and rolling. The defense, McDermott's got the defense rolling. You can't help but say like the Bills are going to be somebody to be reckoned with in the playoffs, and don't let them get home field advantage up in Buffalo. It's a
Cold
tough
as hell.
Right. It's a tough place to play, whether it's regular season or and especially in the cold and the snow in the playoffs. So with that win, though, what do you think this win means actually for the Bills? Is it something? Is it a confidence builder, or like I said earlier, it's already something we've seen and we know they can beat the Chiefs in the regular season?
Yeah, Bills, and it starts with Josh Allen, who's setting the tone and being a real leader to that team. He's not fazed by none of that stuff. He said, "This is one more win on the bracket. We got our eyes set on bigger and better things." You can see a more mature and locked in Josh Allen, and he's carrying it with the rest of that veteran team that he has, which is also good. There's a lot of vet guys on there with a lot of experience, like you got your Von Miller on there, who's a Super Bowl winner. You got a lot of guys who've been down this road. They're just trying to get over the hump when the push comes to shove in the playoffs. So they're like, all right, cool. On to the next. Now let's lock in for the playoffs.
Right. I think the Bills are going to be a team to be reckoned with. Josh is playing at an all-time high. He's played like this before, but not like this without the superstar, and he's limiting his turnovers when we know he was trying to force it to Diggs, and even when he was younger, when even like LaShawn McCoy was on the team before he even had all these weapons, he was forcing it and all that stuff. So I believe that Josh Allen got these boys rolling. McDermott's got the defense rolling. They're all playing as a unit. They're having fun together. They're playing football games, and I think they're more locked in than previous years. Especially, I think Josh Allen's had enough of the heartbreak in the playoffs, and I still think that 13-second game haunts him to this. And I think he's going. I think he want his get back for real this year. So I think the Bills are locked in and loaded, especially after seeing this game. Even though we've seen it before, I wasn't in on the Bills until last week, but we're gonna see how it plays out for the rest of the year. All right, moving on.
Sure.
You got your pen ready? Because this is where it's gonna come in right now. You got your pen ready? You got your note. You got a little piece of paper. You got it ready. So this is
full board. Let's do this.
All right, bet. This is why I want you I want you to make a line right down the middle, because it's gonna be stats over here, stats on the other side. All right.
All right.
Now, wherever you start, this is gonna be since the start of 2020. All right. First column. All right. It's gonna be 60. I want you to write this number 62. And that's going to be of starts. All right. The next stat is going to be passer rating, 98.1. The next stat is going to be passing and rushing touchdowns combined, 121. The next stat I want you to write is interceptions. That's going to be 38. And the last stat I want you to write is completion percentage, 65.2. Now, on the other side, starts 63. Passer rating 98.2. Passing and rushing touchdowns combined 119. Interceptions 38. And completion percentage 65.1. Now, I want you to tell me which one of those stats is where they say this is the MVP guy every year, and I want you to tell me who's the guy that is they saying is washed. So who is who? Who's the MVP numbers? Who's the washed numbers?
Washed?
Yep. Who's the MVP since 2020? Who's the
So one is Lamar, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And I know they're not trying to say Josh Allen is washed because he's still young.
Nope.
So you know who I'm gonna say?
Mm-hmm.
Russell Wilson.
Uh-huh. You got it right. So who is who looking at those evenly matched stats
I
since
mean,
2020?
I'm gonna say Lamar played the 63rd game only because Russ missed games because he got benched on the Broncos.
Okay, you are correct. Now you
Right.
see those stats, right?
Yeah.
So why isn't Russ being mentioned in the MVP race? And we talking about Lamar, even though right now we're not talking about Lamar right now as the MVP. That's over and done with. He got what, 3 losses now, going on 4, right? Or
Yeah.
4 losses now. Lamar struggled again, as we know, against the Steelers. His defense finally showed up, forcing
Mm-hmm.
6 field goals, no touchdowns. Lamar
Mm-hmm.
scores 1 touchdown at the end of the game to try, and then they try to go for 2. They miss it and they lose. What is with my question for you is, why do we keep? Hold on 1 second before that. We also saw Lamar struggle against the Raiders, the Browns,
Yep.
and obviously the
Yep.
Steelers too. Those are all losses. You got the Chargers this week. This is not an easy game because they only
Mm-hmm.
giving up 14 points a game, 13 points a game. They're the best defense in the league right now.
Yep.
What is with Lamar and his struggles when the bright lights is on in the regular season? Not a regular season, he's been a regular season quarterback, but this year you've been losing against scrubs. You was in the MVP race. Now you got another loss on your hand against a division rival, and they rolling. What's up with Lamar, man? Because this is supposed to be the Ravens' year and his year, and his defense finally stepped up this past weekend, and he looked like Dookie.
Right. So you know what I think it is. Well, the 2 games that he looked bad in was divisional games. I think that they just after a while of seeing this dude play for so long, they're like, all right, we already know what you like to do. So it's kind of like it's a little bit better prepared compared to going up against other teams who go up against him outside of the damn Chiefs, though, because the Chiefs have his number. So that's why I was going to get at with that. Chiefs have his number, and for some stupid reason, the Ravens just want to make this dude a passer. Like you have Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. That is like that's enough said.
Right.
Especially when now you said that the defense has stepped up. Well, granted, the defense has been struggling, but now you got your if your defense continues to step up, play Ravens football style, play Steelers football style, where you're just running the ball and playing defense, and we're gonna wear you down in the 4th quarter, and then we're gonna break one. So.
Right.
He struggles because he still has a I'm still not sold on him as far as being able to see the field fully. I hate the fact that even when he drops back, this dude will go back, run a big ass circle 15 yards back. Sometimes he gets boogie past him, sometimes he gets caught. He's still not fully seeing the field right.
Right.
And I think that plays a part into it. Also, like I said, they're just trying to make this dude throw the ball so much.
Yeah.
And then I don't understand it, but Russ doesn't get that same talk because Russ wasn't winning games because he was with the Seahawks and then the Broncos, and then now he's with the Steelers. But Russ wasn't winning games with the Seahawks. But the Seahawks, their offensive line was bad.
Right.
Their offensive line was bad. Their defense was super young, still trying to get it together. And so I think that that played a big part into that.
Right.
They were winning games.
Right. The Ravens also, like, you found your identity during that 5-game win streak, which was running the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get to the Steelers game, and every loss that y'all have, Derrick Henry has had the ball 13, 14, 15 times. Against the Steelers, he carried the ball for 13 carries, 65 yards, and Lamar threw the ball 33 times. That's not the recipe to winning. We know the recipe to winning for the Ravens is Derrick Henry running the ball 20-plus times. Yeah. And that's how y'all won your last 5 games before this. Like, the inconsistency right now, it shouldn't be happening. You got 7 games left. Y'all need to get rolling. Y'all need to at least be 6-1, maybe 5-2 entering the playoffs. If it's 7-0, then cool. If you run off 7 straight right now, rolling in the playoffs, playing good football on both sides, then we might be talking about y'all again and talking about Lamar in the MVP race. But right now, it's not looking good for the Ravens, and it looked like being away at this game, they gonna be at the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
And
So I'm gonna give you the rundown right now.
with
I'm gonna give
Herbert
you the rundown.
with Herbert balling and that defense balling right now,
Mm-hmm.
man, this might be another L for the Ravens.
So out of the 6 games, let me know where you win loss. You got the Chargers.
I think they lose this weekend again.
Okay. Then you got the Eagles
Where's the game?
at Baltimore.
They'll win at Baltimore. Yeah.
Okay. Giants,
Yeah. That's a dub.
Steelers
At the Ravens
at
too.
Baltimore.
They'll
At Baltimore.
split.
Yep.
I think they'll get them back. Yep, they win.
At Houston.
At Houston, Houston is not who people think they are. They'll beat Houston.
Browns come to Baltimore.
They'll beat the Browns. They'll get back.
That's 5 wins right there.
Right.
So you saying 5-1?
5-1. They got 6 or 7 games left. They got 7 or 6.
6.
They got 6 games. So
Yes.
5-1. 5-1, they should be good because I think they do. It's a couple toss-up games in there. The Eagles game is a toss-up, but I think being at Baltimore helps them being at home.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. They got 2 tough games in a row, then they got the cupcakes.
Yeah.
So it's time for them to put up or shut up. It's time for that defense to get right and see what they can do down the stretch here.
Yeah, that Chargers game, that's a Monday night game too.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be a good job. They got back-to-back primetime games. Definitely.
One last thing before we transition. Another thing is if anybody was watching this game, which I know a lot of people was, Lamar had a lot of chances to run the ball, and he stayed in that pocket, bro. If nobody opened within 2 to 3 seconds, you know the pressure is coming, especially with T.J. Watt coming off the edge, man. You gotta go. Wide open space for you to run, man. Wide open space. So I think he need to take off some more too. He only ran the ball. He only ran the ball 4 times last week.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So now we're gonna move on from a playoff contending team to a dysfunctional, toxic, nasty mess up in New York. Once it got worse, it got even more worse. They just fired their GM.
Mm-hmm.
When it rains, it pours. And that's exactly what's happening in New York on both teams. But now we're going to talk about these Jets, man. What's up with these dudes, man? Will they get it right?
I don't really know. As we know in years past, if you go back to when they didn't even want to pay Darrelle Revis,
Yeah.
the best corner in their history and one of the best corners to ever grace us with his presence in the NFL. They didn't want to pay him. This is when Rex Ryan was making his runs to the AFC Championship. Then you got this year, you fired a coach without talking to any of you, to the GM or the coaches and the players. You fire Robert Saleh.
Mm-hmm.
You now fired the GM. Now it's come out that you almost wanted to bench Aaron Rodgers after the 4th game of the season when the Jets lost 10-9 to the Broncos.
Yep.
We just like you did when he was in office the first time, you about to go over to England to be the ambassador over there when the new president-elect come in.
Mm-hmm.
But let's not all forget what Woody Johnson did. If anybody doesn't know who the owner of the Jets did, you flew your jet out to go see Aaron Rodgers, to court him to come, tore his Achilles, comes back this year. But you brought all of his boys. You brought Aaron Lazard. You brought Randall Cobb. You bought what's his name? The OC. Who was Dookie?
Yeah, who got demoted?
Who was Dookie on the Broncos the year before and then got demoted this year.
Mm-hmm.
And you go out to sign his other boy and Devontae Adams, and it's still not working out for you. So they are like the title says, is dysfunctional right now, man. Like, where do the Jets go from here? You at rock bottom again.
Mm-hmm.
You had at this point last year, Zach Wilson had more wins than Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
As a starter. So you did all this just to have Zach Wilson, but worse this year.
Right.
Like, this is right now. Everybody thinks is Woody's fault right now for all these decisions he's making. But we all know Aaron Rodgers is 95, 97% at fault. Like I've been telling you before, and I said on previous episodes, Aaron Rodgers has been overrated for years, bro.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that last year.
He choked in the playoffs.
Right. Last year in Green Bay, he hasn't made the playoffs since 2022. When he won his last MVP, right? His last year in Green Bay, what did he do beginning of the year? You had all of these rookie and like 1 year wide receivers. You didn't go to OTAs.
Nope.
You didn't want to practice when minicamp and all that came. You went over to wherever you went at to go be in there on shrooms and all that. And then,
in a cover hole.
Right. And then you went 9-8. You had a game to make it in the playoffs against the Lions at home, and you lost, and they beat y'all at home. That's all your fault. Then you come over here. You haven't been good for 2-3 seasons now.
And didn't play a preseason game.
Right. Because you think you know it all. You're going to be good with Nathaniel Hackett. Y'all good running that offense. The offense is trash. Hasn't done anything. So I think Aaron Rodgers is out of here. I believe they blow this all up next year. They're going to end up trying to draft a quarterback or maybe trying to draft Travis Hunter to generate some more money back in it. Who knows, man? The Jets and the Giants.
I mean, let him go there.
Oh, no. I'm just saying what they could do and maybe they should do. But they are dysfunctional, man. They don't know what they need to do. You fired your GM, who's his probably biggest failure was Zach Wilson picking him, but Sauce Gardner, Quinnen Williams, Johnson, the other DN, like he drafted all these good guys. He don't get no credit for that.
Right.
Now the quarterback's the most important position, but like, come on now. He ain't at fault. I don't think he at fault here for that. But somebody got to be a scapegoat, right?
They definitely do got to be the scapegoat. And so they just got to live with it and just ride out with it for the rest of the year. Honestly, they might even end up trading Breece Hall.
Oh, that would be crazy if they do that,
bro.
I don't believe they do that. That's crazy.
Trade them for what? Rock out.
Trade them for what?
Something. They need as much draft capital as they can get because they didn't trade it away so many guys too. You got to remember that.
Ain't nobody giving up a first.
They traded for so many guys.
Ain't nobody giving up a first round pick for a running back, so maybe a second or a third if they did trade.
Get what you can get.
I don't know, bro.
Hey, mess, man. Goddamn right.
Go ahead, man. I'm sad on this job, bro.
Go ahead.
I'm right here. All right, man. Listen, the biggest high school game of the week last week. It was Saturday at 12 o'clock at the Northeast Super Site. The game we've been waiting for about 3 to 4 years finally happened. St. Joe's Prep versus MOTEP, and it wasn't close. It was 21-28 nothing at halftime, and ended up being 42-0. Prep wins the city championship over TEP. I know my boy Coach Dev and his players are disappointed in that loss in their performance. We know Coach Dev gonna have them back in the lab for next year and ready to come back and claim that title back. But my man, you was at the game. Mm-hmm. What did you see? Was it Prep just was better this time, or did it look like TEP was unprepared? What did you see out there while you was at the game?
Well, first thing, I was on the TEP side, so it started out really strong. Then it got really quiet. And then bodies started disappearing. So I'm gonna just give you a little dark and gloomy how.
Come on, bro.
It's like
don't hate on my man's squad like that.
Nah. On some real stuff though. On some real stuff. They started out strong. They had to stop. They did the punt block. They blocked the punt. Now you're in the red zone. Just was not capitalizing. It was detailed things that they were missing. False starts on so many times on first downs. Like, you know what your team is offensively, scheme wise from the jump. You're trying to run the ball. You're trying to dictate at the line of scrimmage. You starting at 1st and 15 ain't it.
Right.
in it at all. So
Right.
you get down there, you already got the pump block. So now you're playing with house money here, and you couldn't get nothing out of it because of penalties and then just miscommunication. Guys just wasn't ready to play. I don't know if they just was too anxious or
Right.
what the case was, but then not even just that, other detailed things. They were blitzing the hell out that kid, Joey. They were
Right.
blitzing Joey. You got the center snapping the ball at his ankles literally every snap when he was in shotgun.
Right.
So every time he got the ball, he didn't even had no time to go through his progressions. Or even
Right.
if once he got the ball and tried to give it to Jabri, he's getting mangled in the backfield because they were blitzing him every single time.
Right.
So it was the detailed things that threw the game. It was so off balance. I think that I don't know if they were better prepared for that day, it just off day. Because this is my third time seeing Tep play this year, so I was shocked at how many penalties it was.
Yeah.
So that was just really what it came down to. Was Prep the better team? Yeah, they were the better team. They had the linebackers who were able to come downhill and make stops. Like I said, Joey didn't have any time to go through his progressions. He had one deep ball pass, which was good. I thought they was going to try to go to it, but you ain't got the damn time to because they were sending the kitchen every single time. It was spatulas, it was sporks, it was everything flying at this kid, and he just didn't have no time. Honestly, if I was me seeing that, I would have attacked the middle of the field with the tight ends through the seams because everything they were sending everything. Okay, well, I'm gonna just, you know what I mean, right by you, but it just wasn't a day, man. It wasn't a year for this to happen. I wish it would have happened last year where both teams had their seniors and everything. But hey, man, it's something to look forward to. It's something to look forward to. It's gonna happen again next year.
For sure.
Ain't no way around it.
I
It's
was
gonna happen again next year.
I was watching while you had it on live and on my way up to Camelback for my son's birthday, and I'm sitting here like, so Tep got a first down on a deep pass, and then they went to go run inside, and they couldn't run inside the whole game. I'm like, where's the stretch plays to get Jabri outside? And because they would run blitz literally right next to the next play, Jabri had no room to run and run inside. And we both said last week before the game that we thought that that Tep was going to be able to move that D line, knowing that we went to the LaSalle game versus Prep because Prep didn't get no pressure on LaSalle's quarterback, and Tep's offensive line is bigger than LaSalle. So I was very surprised at the pressure.
They wasn't blitzing as I don't think Prep was blitzing as much against LaSalle.
Yeah, they was trying to get four. They was trying to get four at them a couple times. They would throw five guys, but like for them not to be able to run the ball and protect Joey with that small defensive line that was up there. The biggest guy was number 99, and he wasn't even that big. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have no meat on his bones. He was a big guy. He was a tall, big guy, but like he wasn't a stocky big guy. So I was real surprised at the way this game turned out. But I know Dev, he going reload. He don't excuse me. He don't rebuild. He gonna reload and retool and get Tep ready. For next year, man.
I still like I was talking more about Tep, but I still want to give credit to Prep. You know, Prep came out, they did their thing. I like the running back. Like I've been telling you about the running back. Burst speed, he's patient, and then he's breaking for one. You know, I like the way that he played. The Prep linebackers, they're really good. You got the one kid going to Notre Dame, other kid going to Penn State. So you already know what type of time they're on.
His teammate.
Yep. So with that being said, we'll see what happens next. So they're going. Well, let's move on to the high school football playoffs.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Prep is going to be playing tomorrow night versus Parkland at Penn Ridge at 7:00. If anybody want to go to that game and freeze their butt off, it's going to be some mix tomorrow night. So if you're going to a Friday night game, better have your long johns. You better have your mask on. You better have
your bleacher chair.
Scully on. Better have
your bleacher chair.
Gets ready. Ain't nobody talking about them bleacher chairs.
Bleacher chair.
But no, man. Listen, the 6A playoffs was crazy. Two crazy endings, two good games.
Oh, bro. I need to give love to 5A, bro, because 5A got some.
Go ahead.
5A got some young dogs, man.
I'll do the 6A. Go ahead.
Because
I was gonna let you do them love.
yeah, man, let's do that and then move our way up. Because Springfield came out on top over Garnet Valley 21-14. So now we're setting up for a 5A 1 versus 2 because you got Westchester Ruston who just beat Upper Dublin 35-14. And I'm hearing about this Ruston team. I'm excited to actually watch and see them play. I'm not going to go to the game due to how the weather is done turned out. Ooh, kids.
Now we not going to the game. We had 3 games to go to. Now we not going to the game.
But listen to me. I told you I was going to play the weather by ear. If it's something changes around here, then I'll be out there on my bleacher chair. Okay, me and my bleacher chair will pull the hell up. But other than that, I'll go watch a stream. Westchester Ruston is going to go on to play Springfield at Springfield tomorrow night, which is definitely going to be a good game.
Oh, snap.
You good?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Okay. Roman Catholic is going on to play. They just beat East Stroudsburg South, which we seen them going. They're going to play Hollidaysburg. I'm seeing Roman Catholic's going to win this game, but I don't know who's going to win this Westchester Ruston and Springfield game. Like I said, it's 1 versus 2 in that division there. Whoever wins that game will go on to see Catholic. I have Catholic being the favorites to win the 5A, but that's the game I definitely want to see. Whoever wins out that game, I definitely want to see them play Catholic. You know, I've been to about 3-4 Roman Catholic games this year, so I'm pretty excited to see that because I don't see anybody in this bottom bracket who will give them any Pine Richland, Peters Township, Exeter Township, Bishop McDevitt. None of them dudes want that smoke with this upper bracket. So I think it's going to come down to whoever wins out of Roman Catholic and then, Roman Catholic, whoever they see out of Springfield and Westchester Ruston. Yeah. I'm hoping for a Westchester Ruston versus Roman Catholic team because I'm hearing once again. I have yet to see Westchester Ruston, but I heard that they play really well, they coach really well, they're super disciplined. Yes. Yeah. So that's why I want to see how they go against Samaj and those boys and Ian Stead and everybody and Ricky Pete in the playoff game. So I'm definitely gonna be tuning in for that. Now I'm done with 5A. You got
I wanted you to get them love. I wanted you to get them love because they've been balling just as much as 6A ball has been balling. Listen, man, we had an upset. We had a
my bad. I'm sorry. It's another big game.
What's up?
Bonner versus PJP.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be a very good game too. Okay. I'm sorry, I need to throw that in there. Bonner versus it's going to be at Norristown High. Listen, if the weather breaks nice, I'm pulling up there. That's where I'm gonna be at because it's right around the corner. Be there.
All right, 6A. Listen, we had an upset. It was a rematch of the regular season. North Penn versus number 1 CB South, and North Penn came out on top. It was a very early game. Like the game was at 7, but by 8:35, it was already the fourth quarter. CB South was up 13-7. North Penn was going in. They scored on a 4th and goal to go up 14-13. They kicked the ball off. CB South drops the kickoff and they recover on North Penn sideline. North Penn gets the ball back. A play later, a kid in the slot. They go twins left. The kid in the slot goes post corner, wide open, pretty pass. Now they're up 21-13, 14 points in about 10 seconds. CB South comes down. They run the ball down their throat. They score. Now it's 21-19. CB South runs a beautiful play for the 2-point. The tight end or slot guy on the right goes and does a drag to the back pylon. The quarterback does like a fake. Their outside receiver went in motion, had his back to the play, and then the other guy on the left does a deep drag in the back of the end zone. He's covered though, but the guy from the right wide open. He don't see him. He throws it to the guys covered. They could have tied the game up. possibly go to overtime, and they don't convert the 2-point conversion. They don't get the onside kick, but they do get the ball back to come to score, because what does Dick Beck do on 4th and 2? I think I'm smarter than the average bear, and I go pass the ball rather than running the football in high school. This is not the NFL where they pass the ball on 4th and 2 and 4th and 1. Run the football. So first down, but South gets the ball back with like under a minute, pass the ball to the left. They kept getting first downs. Then it was about 4th and 9. They throw it to the guy in the slot who was wide open, and North Penn was playing 4 deep. The corner reads it and boom, knocks the ball out. Fumble for the fifth fumble in the 4th quarter for CB South. So CB South fumbled the bag, as we all say. They fumbled the game away in the 4th quarter. So North Penn moves on to the 6A championship. And on the other side of the bracket, CB West had to make a comeback. They were down 28-10, and they scored 2 touchdowns to make it 28-23, but they come up short to Downingtown West. I believe Downingtown West, I was watching the game on Huddle. They had 2 big plays. They scored on the punt return, or first punt return, to make it 7-0. They get CB West on the 3 and out, and then the 2 plays later, they score on a big play, 75-yard touchdown on the scramble from the quarterback. So those 2 big plays there basically won Downingtown West the game. On the punt return, there was a block in the back that was not called, and it was on Downingtown West's sideline. You could see it clear as day on Huddle when you're watching it, and it was not called. Not blaming the rest of the games, because you got so many opportunities to win the game, but those 2 big plays lost CB West the game, and not having a pass game also loses you the game. You can't run the ball all game, try to control the clock and try to come back, especially when you're down and you have no pass game. So lost them the game as well. And now North Penn versus Downingtown West at Downingtown West will play tomorrow night for the 6A championship. Winner stays in the Pennsylvania 6A state playoffs.
And then on top of that, in that 6A, you got St. Joe's Prep versus Parkland, like you said.
Right.
You got Central Catholic versus State College.
Yeah.
And then you also have Harrisburg versus Wilson. I'm thinking it's setting out to be a
very good. Look, I think we get you to go out to Cumberland Valley again for this championship game, depending on who they play, depending on who playing, like we went last year. Because I mean, even though it was a drive, I was happy to see those teams play.
I'm definitely down for it. Definitely down for it.
Yeah, man. All right, listen. Go ahead. You got it. Go ahead.
Oh. Must be the money. Must be the money.
Facts.
Must be. Is my voice cracking?
Yeah, a little bit.
If you know that song, then you know we talking about that guy Prime.
Yes, sir.
As Colorado goes on to win another game again, 49-24 over Utah. They got 2 games left, one against Kansas and the other one who's 4-6, and the other one against Oklahoma State, who's 3-7. Colorado is in control due to Kansas State losing
and BYU
losing. So now they're in the driver's seat to be an opportunity to play in the playoffs. KG, how you feel about this?
Listen, man, you know I always will support Prime. He's one of my favorite players growing up. And I would admit, like I admitted a couple episodes ago, that I didn't think they was going to win much this year, man. I didn't know if they had the offensive line and the defensive line, and you got to have those guys in the trenches when you're playing with the big boys, like they didn't have that first year last year, but they are balling. I do believe they take care of business with Kansas, because I think now Prime's got them in that mindset of, listen, it's one game at a time. We're not looking forward to no other games, and we control our own destiny. It's time to lock in. You know what I mean? Now, I believe being a 2.5 favorite scares me versus Kansas, because Kansas do upset some people. They do come up. They do get up for a lot of games when they are underdogs, especially they at home too. So they're going to that crowd. Being 2.5 dogs scares me with Colorado. But I do think they get the job done considering, even though we're going to talk about it later, I got BYU on upset alert versus Arizona State because Arizona State also controls their own destiny, especially if they beat BYU this weekend. So Colorado Prime has Colorado balling right now on both sides of the ball. Yes, they gave up 24 points last week, but they still won by 25. They're blowing teams out. They're doing what they need to do. Travis Hunter, Shador is balling. The running backs are balling. Shador is spreading the ball all around to all his receivers. The freshman receiver just got in for the first. He got in the end zone for the first time this year, and he has 6 catches for 106. He's another good player for the Colorado Buffs. Number 6, I forget his name. That's my bad for not writing that down. But number 6, watch out for him. And another thing now, even with this going on, with them possibly making the playoffs, they win these last 2 games. They in the Big 12 championship game. I still think they have to win the next. They have to win that game too to get in. Because I think if they lose, they're going to fall right out, depending on SEC beating up on each other, the Big 10 beating up on each other. And even though they might only have 3 losses, they may not get in, and that Big 12 winner will get in. But with all this going on, Coach Prime is still recruiting, man. He just got 2 USC recruits to decommit. Julian Lewis, one of the top, he's the highest recruited player in Colorado history, quarterback, to come take the keys from Shador. And then Cardi Smith, even though he didn't commit yet, he decommitted from USC and looked like he going to sign another big-time recruit as an offensive lineman. And it also looked like CB East, former offensive lineman and Alabama commit and IMG high school player right now, Mikey Carroll, might be decommitting from Alabama and headed out to Boulder. So he's still getting all these players, even with Colorado balling too, man. So with that being said, I know you asked me too, but what you think is going to happen this weekend with Colorado, and do you think they win these next 2 games to get in the Big 12 championship, and do they make the playoff?
Yeah, I think that they'll win out these next 2 games. So now I'm looking at the rankings right now. I think that I think SMU is going to end up getting another loss on top of that. I think they're going to listen, man. I don't know. I don't know. Virginia likes to upset people from time to time too. So that's my upset game for them.
Okay.
You said BYU, so it'll come down to that because anyone else in front of them, you got Tennessee, Georgia. Georgia's at 10. Tennessee, they're gonna play UTEP and Vanderbilt. Ooh, that's gonna be an important game. Tennessee and Vanderbilt, because Vanderbilt's been upsetting people all year too.
Come on, bro. Vandy did what they needed to do against Bama. They ain't been doing nothing. They beat all. What, they upset Auburn? They upset Auburn,
Listen,
right?
man.
Come on, man.
That's what they do. It's at Vandy. Don't sleep.
Come on, man.
Don't sleep.
I'm sleeping on that one.
I'm just saying. Listen, I hope they do get in there because it only pushes the ratings and exposure for Prime in Colorado and everything that they do. I don't know how far they'll probably win a game.
If they win these next 2 games, get in the Big 12 championship game, win the Big 12 championship, they get a home game, bro.
You know, every damn celebrity gonna be in there.
Yo, that game gonna be crazy.
It is, and they gonna see me in there with my bleachers chair.
You might as well watch from the mountains. You feel me?
I'm in my bleachers chair from the mountains. That's what I'm gonna do. God damn it.
Yeah. But Coach Prime got them boys playing hard, and we're gonna continue with the college football, man. It's a bunch of good games. They got some playoff implications. We got Ohio State versus Indiana. They talk about the quarterback may be hurt, not sure what's gonna happen there. Like you just said a few moments ago, SMU versus UVA. SMU is the first team out of the college football playoff, so they still got something to play for. Miami at number 8, they're still in the playoff. They got Wake Forest, so people gonna have their eyes on them and how they perform that game. BYU versus Arizona State. I got BYU on upset alert. Colorado and Kansas, like we just talked about. Notre Dame and Army, which is always a good game. I don't know if you've seen the jersey yet. The jerseys look kind of crazy that they're going to be wearing. Even And then we got Texas and Kentucky. I got Texas on upset alert as well because Kentucky upset Ole Miss earlier in the year, and Texas has
They've been
not
playing nice close games.
in Texas has not been playing well these last couple weeks. They was blowing out people early. Defense was showing up, and now the offense has slowed down while the defense has still been playing. So, what game are you looking forward to on Saturday?
That was the game. That's why I put my finger out right there. That Texas and Kentucky game, because Kentucky, their record ain't speaking for how well they're playing against these top teams. They're making the dog fight. So you keep coming around here playing around Texas if you want to. I have y'all as my favorite team this year, but after watching y'all even last week, y'all were just playing around with teams. I just think y'all playing around too damn much.
Yeah,
Blow the smokes off these dudes and keep it moving. That's exactly what y'all doing. Kentucky ain't playing around with y'all. They're not playing.
Oh
I
boy,
like
wide open. Sorry. Big play for Danger Russ and the Steelers if you're not watching that game.
Mm-hmm. Come on, we got to hurry up, move. We got 10 minutes left. Let's do this.
That's easy transition. We go into the Steelers. Listen, man, is it time for this to take this Steelers serious after beating the Ravens last week?
Yes, it is, because their defense is crazy, and then you got Russ game managing the right game without turning the ball over. That's all you doing. You running the ball. You got two tight ends, Washington and Pat Fairmouth. You got two running backs, Harris and Warren. You got Pickens playing well. You got to get Austin, who's a deep.
Oh, you got it back. All right, my bad.
Gee, shut up.
My bad,
You're messing it up. Come on, man. Yes, you can take him serious. Come on, go ahead. Go ahead. You go.
Oh, my bad. I was waiting for you, bro. Go ahead.
Go ahead, dog.
I'm not really. It's yes and no for me. I know they beat the Ravens, but they ain't scored no touchdowns last week against the Ravens. We know they defense gonna be the defense, right? Russ been cooking, but he didn't cook last week, and right now he's struggling in this game against the Browns. I know it's a division opponent, but struggling against the Browns.
That's what they do. They beat each other up.
So that's why I'm trying to figure out, like, what you going to do tonight? Yes, you just won that game, no touchdown. What you going to do against the Browns? Can you come back and win this game and go and be 9-2 and have a little mini bye week, no Sunday game, come back next Sunday and play? So I think the Steelers are contenders just because their defense travels, and they gonna be able to stay in games because of that defense. So
definitely, yes. So did we already on in tonight's game? Let's get these Sundays picks.
All right. But listen, this tonight's game, I think we all on the Steelers, right? We all on the Steelers.
Yeah.
You
Steelers covering. I need them to start scoring some goddamn points. I took them over 36 and stop playing around.
I don't think that's gonna happen because who gonna score for the Browns on this defense?
They're gonna get one. They got the chump change. James will get something at the end.
They're struggling right now. It's 0-0 in the second quarter with 12 minutes left. Screen pass to Harris.
Dog, my TV is behind yours. I don't need to hear what's going on.
Oh, sorry. Maybe you should stream and get right. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing with that cable stuff over there, man. You know what I'm saying? All right,
come on.
Let's go to Sunday's picks, man. Who you got? And then we'll do our usual upset pick of the week.
All right, I got the Rams over the Eagles.
Ooh.
I'm gonna jump right out to it. I think that Matt Stafford is gonna put that secondary on notice. That's been getting over this praise. I got the Ravens beating the Chargers. Okay. I'm talking reckless right now. Got the Ravens beating the Chargers. I got the Seahawks beating the Cardinals. And I'm gonna save my upset pick.
You're gonna save your upset. Okay. I'm looking forward to that Packers-Niners game to see what the Niners can do. Even though the Niners lost last week to the Seahawks, they are still in it. They still got a little bit of glimpse of hope because if they win their division, they're in. Right now, that's their task to just win the division and they in. So, but I'm still picking the Packers to win that game because it's in Lambeau and it's already snowing out there today. It might be some snow out there on Sunday. The Cards versus the Seahawks. I'm going to pick the Seahawks in the upset. I know the Cardinals is on a 4-game win streak and they feeling themselves right now, but it's in Seattle, so I'm going to pick them. I got the Eagles versus Rams game. I want to pick the Rams, but I don't see it happening right now. I know the Rams is home. Shout out to my guy Ryan. He going out to the game. He a Rams fan. Hope he have a good time. I'm going to pick the Eagles in that game. And the Ravens versus Chargers, I already told you who I was picking. I'm picking the Chargers to beat the Ravens because the Ravens just Lamar and them just not doing it for me. And I don't know how they had their identity and then they get away from it. So I'm tired of inconsistency with them. They got to keep up and do what they need to do and run the ball with Henry. That's why you got them. Give them the ball. So those are my picks to watch for this Sunday. Who do you have for your upset pick, my guy?
I got the Niners winning by 10.
Whoa, what?
Niners winning by 10. The back's against the wall.
Bro, what?
Book it
I
10.
I want to know why, considering the way they are playing on both sides of the ball. The defense isn't the same defense like we're used to seeing. And the dudes that we see out there in Debo and Kittle and now Jennings, CMC, they all just look like individuals. They don't look like a team right now.
Yeah, see, the problem is with them is like their momentum keeps coming and going mid-game. It ain't like game to game. It's like mid-game. They're going a nice drive and then they do something stupid, and the next thing you know, they took a penalty or they took a sack or what's the name? Brock Purdy's been running a lot more often too, so his pocket ain't been as clean also. But right. I think that Jair might still be out because he's been dealing with an injury. I don't think that the guys have the secondary pieces to be able to stop this offense or what they're going to do to them. And I think that the Packers have been winning these close, ugly games. Like I said, I got the Niners by 10.
Okay.
Got them by 10. Okay. They ain't got the Packers have no threats for anybody to be worried about.
Okay.
10.
I'm going with the in-division game. They are 7.5 point dogs. I'm going with the Patriots over the Dolphins because we know the Dolphins really ain't like that. The Patriots defense has been balling, and I'm gonna give Drake May some credit. He been playing well, even though they won one game and lost another game, but he has been playing well. I think his future might be a little bright. I ain't gonna give him too much credit. He only got a couple games under his belt. He still got a lot to show us out there being a rookie. But I'm going to take the Patriots in a close division game over the Dolphins and outright win, not just cover. They're going to outright win and beat the Dolphins this weekend in Miami.
Okay. Okay, Losa. Okay, Losa.
So, bro, another show, another day, another show. I'm sorry, people, we wasn't on here last night. Your man was a little under the weather, but I'm back now. We good. And we will be back next week. I appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all stopping in and watching us again this whole hour tonight. We appreciate y'all. We hope y'all enjoy the game against the Steelers and the Browns. My young boy want to say what up to the people. What's going on? Yeah,
what's good, OJ?
We've been standing here for a minute. And once again, you already know what it is. Another episode down November 21st. Real Talk Football. Kobe episode. See you when I see ya. Peace, y'all.
I need 33 more points.
Yeah, that's